Oi there you lot, Draxus here and welcome back to another video. Genshin Impact has many characters to choose from, and if you're both a rookie or an intermediate player, you might be wondering which character should you pull for, considering that the price of primo gems and pulls is very expensive. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the 10 best 5-star characters in Genshin Impact. Also, I've had a look at the statistics and 99.8% of you lot are not subscribed to my channel, so if you could, please subscribe to the channel if you don't find me that irritating and if you like my content. Without further ado, let's begin. We're going to start the list off with Alhaitham, who's a master of dendro damage, and it's no surprise considering that he's one of the strongest main DPSs in the entire game, with boasting complex mechanics that make him a rewarding character for players who enjoy skill-based combos. His elemental skill, called Universality and Elaborational Form, creates chisel light mirrors that infuse his normal attacks with dendro damage, and his AoE is increased. When using Elemental Burst, which is called Particular Field, that is a phenomena, he deals even more dendro damage with additional mirrors boosting the damage even further. Alhaitham shines in bloom and quickens teams, particularly when paired up with Hydro or Electro characters like Xingqiu, Fischl, and many others who help him trigger high damage reactions. Despite the fact that she was criticized in her release, Kokomi remains one of the best support characters due to her unparalleled healing and consistent Hydro application. Her elemental skill, which is named Kurage's Oath, summons a jellyfish that heals nearby allies over the time and applies Hydro damage consistently to their opponents, which is perfect for triggering Vaporize, Freeze, or Bloom reactions. Her elemental burst, Nere's Ascension, boosts her healing and lets her deal Hydro damage based on her max HP. However, Kokomi's strength lies in the versatility across Freeze, Bloom, and Vaporize teams. Pairing her with characters like Ganyu or Tainari or even Diluc or Arlecchino make her a top choice for players focused on sustainability and reaction damage. Nahida, the Dendro Archon herself, brings a unique twist to Dendro applications and field control, as her elemental skill increases the elemental mastery of the team, allowing her to also apply Dendro to multiple foes simultaneously and also regenerate a lot of energy. This synergy is incredible for chain reaction teams that rely on Bloom, Hyper Bloom, or Quicken. Her elemental burst, Illusionary Heart, doesn't deal any damage whatsoever. However, it strengthens the team based on the elemental types of the characters, increasing their elemental mastery and reaction damage. Nahida's ability to boost reaction rates and maintain control in the field makes her a must-have character in Dendro-centric teams with Hydro or Electro characters being present, such as Yelan, Shinobu, Fischl, Raiden, and so many more. The Hydro Sovereign of Fontaine, Neuvillette, brings a whole unique playstyle to the Hydro damage dealers with his charge attack mechanics. In fact, Neuvillette is so overpowered that he himself alone may close the Abyss 36 stars if you use him solo, which is pretty possible to achieve so. However, it's important to build him properly. I'm planning to release a guide for Neuvillette, so please make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. At any rate, his elemental skill, Otides I Have Returned, generates Source Water droplets that empower his charge attack, allowing him to unleash a Torrent Surge that deals massive AoE Hydro damage. His elemental burst, Ordained Justice, further increases his Hydro damage and heals himself based on the damage dealt. With Source Water droplets fueling his attacks, Neuvillette works best with Hyper Bloom, Freeze teams, or he may even work alone by himself, which is a pretty doable thing for the character like him. Neuvillette is one of the strongest, if not the strongest main DPS in the game right now, and considering that he is getting his banner soon, you might probably want to get him. The fourth member of the Fatu Harbingers, also known as Arlecchino, is known for her devastating pyro damage and ease of build. In fact, she's considered to be one of the strongest, at least pyro DPSs, if not amongst all the main DPSs in the entire game. She was the one who initiated the Blood Depth technique, which was also seen in some of the characters that were later on released into the game. Her elemental skill applies pyro damage consistently to her opponents, increasing her crit rate and damage, but once you hold your main attack, it will increase your Blood Depth, which means that it will increase damage of Arlecchino herself. And then the elemental burst, chance pyro damage in waves, fully resets Arlecchino, allowing her to regenerate her HP. Very crucial considering that Arlecchino cannot be healed by any means. Yes, Arlecchino may sometimes be difficult to play, nevertheless, she definitely can pay off for all the time you've invested into her. Now let's talk about Zhongli, the Geo Archon who stands out as the best shield support in the entirety of Genshin Impact with his elemental skill Dominus Lapidus, generating a nearly unbreakable shield that scales with his max HP, and his elemental burst planted with full does high geo damage and petrifies enemies, so getting it at around 50 to 60k damage simply from one of his comets is very easy to achieve. Zhongli is also a super versatile character, so you can have him as main DPS, sub DPS, hybrid, or support. Zhongli pairs exceptionally well with fragile DPS units like Ganyu, Hu Tao, Yoimiya, Tartaglia, allowing them to remain protected while dealing consistent damage. His shield also buffs resistance, making him invaluable in content where survivability is crucial, like the Spiral Abyss. Overall, Zhongli is one of the most important characters you could ever get for your account, and getting him is certainly not going to be regretful, and in fact, you'll surely be able to find use for him. Kaedehara Kazuha is considered to be one of the strongest supports in the entirety of Genshin Impact, as over the time he's been around, he was certainly able to prove that he's worthy of wearing this title. It's all thanks to his kit. His elemental skill attracts the enemies and triggers elemental reactions when he swirls the elements, and his elemental burst creates a large field that swirls the infused element, boosting the team's elemental damage. Kazuha's skill set makes him a fantastic choice for teams that rely on elemental reactions, especially those with characters like Xilonen or Tartaglia, and I personally use him in my Tartaglia team with Xilonen and Bennett by the sides, as he can amplify their damage significantly and increase the overall damage of the team. His role as an enabler who boosts the overall damage and provides elemental mastery makes him a top choice for reaction-heavy teams. Raiden Shogun is a unique hybrid of support and DPS, as she excels at both dealing incredible amounts of damage and being an energy battery for the team. Her elemental skill provides an electro buff to the team, boosting energy recharge and enhancing burst damage. Raiden's elemental burst deals devastating amounts of AoE damage, and especially electro damage that's based on her energy recharge, allowing to restore energy to her teammates. Raiden is essential for the teams with high burst rotation needs and characters who have incredibly high cost of elemental burst, such as Eula, Xilonen, and numerous others. The other thing that is good for Raiden is that she is one of the electro characters who can provide superconduct or aggravate reactions. In fact, Raiden is considered to be one of the strongest characters in the game right now. Furina, also known as the Hydra Archon Falsalor, brings an exceptional kit that fits well in both DPS and support roles. Her elemental skill spawns water spirits that apply hydro damage to nearby enemies, while her elemental burst buffs the entire party's damage based on how much HP is restored, creating a synergy with healers. Furina is perfect for players who want a versatile hydro character, as she can pair with pyro units like Hu Tao for Vaporize or Ryaka for cryo and freeze teams. Her ability to adapt is either a main DPS or sub DPS in reaction heavy setups, make her a fantastic choice for hydro focused compositions. And in fact, Furina right now is considered to be one of the strongest supports in the entirety of the game, and there are some rumors that she might be even stronger than Kazuha. But definitely not stronger than the last character in today's list. Xilonen is the new character that was introduced in 5.1 of Genshin Impact, and she definitely has proven to be one of the strongest supports as well, despite the fact that she has been around for so little. She easily shreds elemental resistance to the opponents, and she also provides elemental mastery with great ease, considering that she is a Geo character. That's definitely a job well done. And she also provides Geo resonance to characters like Zhongli, which enhances the strength of the shield. So if you're looking for an absolutely versatile support, that can deal with numerous roles at the same time, you have Xilonen over here. She's easily able to multitask and buff your teams in so many ways that you won't be able to then later on deal damage without her. And before we wrap up, let's give a special mention to Yelan. This Hydra character is quickly become fan favorite thanks to her incredible versatility and off-field damage potential. Earlier on, when she was released, she was critiqued for being too close for Xingqiu, but in fact, you realize the difference that she's definitely worth of being pulled. Yelan's elemental skill lets her dash through the enemies, marking them and dealing AoE Hydra damage. But the real magic is in her elemental burst, which unleashes an exquisite throw, a dice that follows your active character and deals coordinated hydro damage with every time they attack. This off-field hydro application makes Yelan a fantastic addition to Vaporize, Electrocharge, and Bloom teams. What sets Yelan apart is her ability to bring massive burst damage without needing much time. Her synergy with characters like Hu Tao, Raiden Shogun, and so many others allows her to amplify their damage while applying Hydro consistently. Plus, her passive talent boosts the team's max HP, making her particularly valuable in compositions with HP scaling characters. And there you have it. That's the 10 best 5-star characters in Genshin Impact. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video or if you like my content. I'll see you next time. Drax was in the studio. Have a good one.